I know at first glance this senior living facility here in Holland might seem quiet, maybe even a little boring. I thought that too. That is until I met this group of spunky old broads.
This group is so much fun.
Meet the spunky old broads. These Quincy Place Senior Living social media stars get together every 2 weeks to play a few games and share more than a few laughs.
It's just something that keeps you young.
And it all started with activity director Mickey Sugars Tyson and that name.
I just thought having the name women's group or ladies group just sounded boring. And I just come up with that name, Spunky Old Broads. And the first time I had it on the calendar, we had like 24 people. And the name itself brought out people.
And that's the real goal.
The people here are wonderful, and so is the staff.
According to the University of Michigan, loneliness affects 1 in 3 older adults here in the state, which can lead to more serious physical and mental problems. So by putting on these official spunky old broad uniform dresses, these young ladies get a chance to feel a little younger.
I have an 80-year-old body with a 50-year-old mind, and that's what happens when you walk in the door.
My objective, anytime I'm doing any activity here, not just for Spunky, but is that they walk away buzzing into the community how much fun they had. That very first time that we had the activity, they stayed half hour over and then went out and told everybody how much fun.
And I can tell you firsthand, she's absolutely right.
Okay.
On the mark, get set, go.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Talk.
okay. Right here. That's my bottom lip. And where am I? Right.
When they go back, and I can hear them in the dining room telling each other how much fun they had, and the ones that didn't come will come out next. You know, that's my favorite part. That at the end of the day, they walked away, and their families are happy. They're happy.
I got you. I think I did a good job.
I got to see you.
How do I look?
Just cute how they're proud of being called a spunky old broad, you know?
And if you'd like to learn more about all the fun these spunky old broads are having here in Holland, check out this story on our website, fox17online.com. Cleaning up my face here in Holland, Andy Curtis, Fox 17 News. Time in the great outdoors is always time well spent, and that's especially true when you're spending it with someone who cares about you. And that's exactly what's going on here with the Mayfly Project. Not all the world's problems can be solved out here on the river. But that's not stopping the Mayfly Project from trying.
Fishing is both, I would say, an art form, but it's also therapeutic as well.
Yeah.
This national nonprofit teaches that art of fly fishing for free to kids in foster care, and in the process, they hopefully pass on a few lessons too.
So it's a way for them to basically kind of take their minds off of what's going on in the day-to-day and give them some tools that they can use for the rest of their life.
Bob Lett is the lead mentor here in the West Michigan chapter, and he's just one of the dedicated men and women passing on their love of fly fishing and conservation to kids like Zenarie, or as she's known out here on the water, Bassmaster Z.
It's just like really cool how you flip your hand back and forth.
Yep.
She's been fishing with the Mayfly Project for a little while now, even taking a trip out to Yellowstone National Park to fish. And according to her mom, Katie, she's learned a lot more than just how to cast.
She's standing taller in her confidence. She knows she's a little more mature about keeping the stuff in line, planning ahead, looking forward to outings.
Growth that is tied to her time spent out here with these dedicated mentors who really care about this time together.
Oh, I feel very loved and wanted, because it's not like they're like, I have to teach you again. They're like, oh, let's try it again, let's do it.
I'm so glad she found this safe place. She just really came to adore these mentors.
Now all that's left for Z is to actually take a fish off the hook.
I don't like touching fish, they're slimy.
I have to take the fish off still.
They got me to get hold one fish, and it wasn't very pleasant.
That's the beauty of fly fishing, though. There's always something new to master. If you or someone you know would like to be involved in the Mayfly Project, we've got all that information in this story on our website, fox17online.com.
Reporting from the Thornapple River, Andy Curtis, Fox 17 News. You know we have Great Lakes here in Michigan, which means great opportunities to get out on the ice and do some things like ice fishing. But if you're not careful and don't pay attention, a nice day like today could turn deadly and turn deadly quickly. And that's where they come in.
A scene like this usually means trouble here on Cranberry Lake, but that's why the Alpine Township Fire Department is out here braving the cold, training for that moment when seconds matter.
Hypothermia is a big thing. I mean, that shock to your system could send you into cardiac arrest.
And that happens fast. In water 40 degrees or below, a person can start losing feeling in their hands in less than 3 minutes and can start to lose consciousness in as little as 15.
They get cold. They get cold really quick.
That means Deputy Fire Chief Kelly and his team need to know what to do and how to do it without hesitation. So I decided to put their skills to the test and see how they operate when the stakes are at their highest. And they didn't let me down. Like many departments around Michigan, they deploy several tools and tactics to save lives. But it still takes them time to respond, so there are things that you can do to help yourself until help arrives.
You don't want to put both arms up and push yourself out. The best thing to do is to roll yourself out so you can dissipate that weight across the ice. A lot of people will try to get up on the edge and push themselves up, but the best thing to do is try to roll out and disperse your weight across the hole.
A good way to do that is by using a pair of ice spikes, like this.
Yeah.
And maybe focusing on a little upper body strength beforehand wouldn't hurt. But if that doesn't work,
try to conserve some of the energy you have.
The most important thing to remember, though, is be careful before you ever step foot on the ice. Look for about 4 to 6 inches of ice thickness to make sure you keep your head above water. And pay attention to that forecast.
We have these drastic changes in temperatures. The ice actually becomes more brittle. So you could have 3 or 4 inches of ice, and it might not have the weight capability of a typical 4 inches of ice that you would see.
Preparation by both you and our first responders can help keep more sticks on the ice this winter rather than underneath it.
Now, for more information on how you can stay safe out on the ice, check out this story on our website, fox17online.com. Reporting dry for now from the ice, Andy Curtis, Fox 17 News. Now that the days are getting warmer, for the most part, and the nights are staying cold, maple trees all across Michigan are starting to get tapped. But before that maple syrup gets to your breakfast table, the hard work starts right here.
It ain't just made in Vermont or Canada, you know. I just so happen to like ours better than theirs, so I know where it came from.
That place is Camp Jajak here in Hopkins, Michigan. And Johnson Bush with the Gun Lake Tribe is here for every step.
It's like a second home, you know, really therapeutic, being out on the trail.
As food tech with the tribe, he is the one who keeps the fires burning, literally and figuratively, out here at their sugar camp.
We've taught so many other schools that came around through here, taught them how to do it properly, safely.
Now in their 20th season, passing on that knowledge is the main reason Johnson and Tribal Food Sovereignty Coordinator Wyatt Split are out here doing all this hard work.
You know, that connection to your food is a lot more important than just knowing what's in it as far as ingredients.
That connection, very similar to the roots of these maple trees, runs deep.
To really tell that story, you'd have to go back about 12,000 years when we lived up by the St. Lawrence Seaway up on the East Coast, kind of at the end of the last ice age. And the way the story goes is the Anishinaabeg people, we weren't doing very good. We were really struggling. And that maple tree, it offered its lifeblood to us to make sure that we survived. So culturally, it's very important to our people. And this time of the year for the Anishinaabeg people, it's like the new year for us. It's a time of remembrance, it's a time of celebration and gathering.
With the colder winter that we had this year, there should be a lot to celebrate out here. Now, the typical rule of thumb is about 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. And at the time of our visit, Johnson told me they had at least 300 gallons of maple sap, with hopefully more on the way, meaning a lot more early days out here in the woods.
And so for us, this time of the year is a reminder for us to do the work we have to do. And, you know, don't become lazy, don't take things for granted. It's really important for us, culturally speaking, to get together and work together in order to have the good things that we need in life.
For more information on how maple syrup is made, check out the story on our website, fox17online.com. Reporting from Hopkins, Michigan, Andy Curtis, Fox 17 News.